Hey everyone, I'm Charles with Rocky Mountain ATV MC. In this video, we're going to show you how to install Tusk Gladiator CV Axles on your side-by-side. These axles are a huge upgrade over the stock ones. They're a lot thicker and much more durable. So whether you just have bigger tires on your machine, or maybe your CV axle's worn out or even broke, or if you're out in the desert doing more aggressive driving or rock crawling, then you're going to want to do this upgrade to your machine. Now, these newer machines, they make a ton of power. They're super fun to drive, but all that power, it's really going to expose some of the weak points, and the CV axle can be one of those weak points. Now, we already wore out our CV axle on this 2020 Polaris RZR XP Turbo, and we just figured this is a perfect time to upgrade to the Gladiator axles, and that way we don't have to worry about things breaking on us when we're out on the trails. So we're going to get this done, and we're also going to give you some tips on how to find out if you have a bad CV joint, as well as if you broke one. We're going to show you some tips on getting those broken ones out, and then just general install tips. So with all that being said, let's get started. To do this job, we're using safety glasses, rubber gloves, some rags, as well as common hand tools, including 15 and 18 millimeter combo wrenches and sockets. We've got our torque wrench, breaker bar. We're using the Tusk Gladiator CV axle. We've also got a new cotter pin. We're using anti-seize. And then other than that, if you had a CV axle that broke on you, we're going to show you how to get it out using a ratchet strap. And throughout this process, you want to reference your model-specific service manual for more information and specs. With CV axles, there's three common issues that can happen. One, you can have a torn CV boot, and that's just a visual thing. You need to catch it right away before things start to wear out and you get dirt in there and everything wears down. So if you catch that early, then you can replace just the boot. We do have videos that show you how to do that and guide you through the process. The second thing you're going to run into is a clicking CV joint. Now, that's what happened with our machine, and a good way to verify that it is the CV joint that's clicking is go on a flat surface, and you're going to make a sharp turn and listen to where the noise is coming from. We found that our CV joint on our right rear axle was bad. So again, that's why we're doing this upgrade today. Now, the third thing is a broken CV axle, and that's going to be pretty obvious. You're just going to have to assess your damage and replace any broken parts. And again, we're going to show you how to remove that broken CV axle. Now, as we go through the process, the torque specs we're using are specific to this machine, but if you're working on anything else, then chances are those specs are going to be different. First, we're going to loosen up our lug nuts, then we're going to raise the rear wheel off the ground and support the vehicle with some jack stands, and then remove our wheel. Now we're going to remove this cotter pin and remove this castle nut. To do that, you need to have somebody go inside the cab and apply the brake while you loosen the nut up. And we'll remove that washer as well. All right, now we're going to take our jack stand and place it underneath this trailing arm. And from here, we're going to remove both outer radius rod bolts. Now we're going to remove the two caliper bolts. Once you have the caliper bolts loose, we're going to swing the caliper off of that disc brake, and then we're going to remove the hub. You might have to press in on the CV axle to help get the hub off, and then we can pull out on the trailing arm, and that's going to allow us to remove that upper radius rod, and then we're going to temporarily reinstall the brake caliper, and we're just going to put in the top bolt. Next, we'll remove the lower shock bolt. Then we can remove this upper link bolt to that sway bar. So at this point, I'm going to use one hand to lift up on the trailing arm. We'll get this link out of the way, as well as the rear shock. Now we're going to lift up on the trailing arm and remove that axle from it. And then we'll just set the trailing arm on that jack stand. And at this point, we can go ahead and remove our CV axle. We're just going to use it like a slide hammer and pull it out. Now for you guys that broke an axle and need to get this inner cup out, we've gone ahead and reinstalled our radius rods and our shock, and we're going to show you a couple different ways to pull this out. So one way that I actually really like is you're going to need a thin ratchet strap, and you're actually going to wrap it around this cup, and we're going to go around this trailing arm as well and just ratchet it out. And this is something, you know, if you bring spare axles with you, you can use this on the trail. So we're going to get some tension on there, and it's probably going to pull it to one side. So you're going to have to rock that cup back and forth, and when you do that, the tension should pull that out. The next method we're going to show you is we've got our blind side bearing puller. I'm going to disassemble one of the collets, and I'm actually going to use the vice grips, and I'm going to clamp this to the cup. And we'll slide hammer it out. Now we're going to take our brand new shaft and apply some anti-seize to it on the splines. Now we're going to clean any dirt away from around this housing, and we will line the splines up on the shaft. Once they're lined up, you can press this in. If it doesn't go in easy, you can use the dead blow hammer to tap the other end of the shaft until it pops into place. At this point, we're going to move the trailing arm out and install the shaft through that bearing carrier. Now we're going to loosely install both of the radius rods. It's going to help if I pull out on the trailing arm just a little bit. And we have the two collars. You want to squeeze on those when you set this back into place. I'm going to apply some blue Loctite to these threads. And the reason I'm doing that, this is a nylock nut, and ideally we would replace it, but that Loctite is going to work just fine. And then the lower radius rod nut, we're just going to loosely install that for now. Now we can reinstall the bolt into our shock and torque it to 70 foot-pounds. Again, we're using Loctite. Then we can reconnect our sway bar link, and we're going to torque that one to 42 foot-pounds. We're going to apply a super thin film of grease to this collar. Then we're going to remove our brake caliper out of the way and install this hub onto the drive shaft. Next, we have the two domed washers we're going to install, and the domed side will be facing out. And we'll loosely install that castle nut and reinstall the brake caliper. All right, so this is where we're going to loosen that lower radius rod nut back up. We'll lower that rod, and that's going to allow us to install that lower caliper mounting bolt. And the caliper mounting bolts, they both get torqued to 46 foot-pounds, and lower radius rod bolt, again, is going to be 50 foot-pounds. Now we can tighten the castle nut to 180 foot-pounds, and again, I'm going to have somebody hold the brake while I do that. So we're torqued to 180 foot-pounds, and our castle nut is lined up with the hole in the shaft. So we're good to go, but if yours doesn't quite line up, you may have to turn the nut a little bit more to get it to line up. You never want to back the nut off to get it in the right spot. Always go just a little bit tighter. Now we'll use our new cotter pin, fold it over, and from here we'll reinstall the wheel. Always check your model specific service manual for the torques on your lug nuts. Ours happen to be 120 foot-pounds. That's all there is to installing these Tusk Gladiator axles. If you need these axles or any other parts for your side-by-side, you can find those on our website. We have a lot of different options on there. And if you need more helpful content like this, subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.